You know who does it like better than almost anybody is Ian McKellen as Magneto. He's like, you know, and he almost has jazz hands when he does it.
So Stephen Tobolowsky, you're here at the 92Y Tribeca to read from your book, Dangerous Animals Club.
Well, sort of, but not.
Oh.
No, that's what they said in the flyer. So you're completely correct in that, but I'm actually going to tell a story that's not in the book. Yes, that will be in the second book. I'm going to tell a story that actually is how the first book, The Dangerous Animals Club, came to be. It's the kind of prequel genesis, kind of Star Trek kind of moment. True stories, I always believe the true trumps clever. So I go with the true. Hopefully it'll be entertaining. And then afterwards we'll have a book signing, and I'm going to introduce Groundhog Day, which is special.
Now, how often have you done that?
Introduce Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
A lot this year, because it's the 20th anniversary. When Groundhog Day came out, it didn't get, it got good reviews, but as I recall, a lot of the reviews were 3 or 4 stars, something like that. It was a pleasant comedy, blah, blah, blah. The first week, it did okay. The second week, instead of having that 30% drop off, it kind of held its own. Third week, it held its own. Fourth week, it went up, and that is unheard of in moviedom. And I was able to watch this movie become a cult classic, and then now I just cross out cult because it's a classic. And in my life, I have spoken to classes on Buddhism, motivational classes. The Oakland Raiders flew me up to Oakland because they use Groundhog Day as a motivational film for their team. Don't ask me why.
I don't know if it's working.
I don't know. Well, but the idea was you can't make the same mistakes over and over and over again. You've got to evolve. So it's one of those films that strikes a universal note, and it's been a delight to watch over the last 20 years.
Phil Connors, I thought that was you.
Hi, how you doing? Thanks for watching.
Hey. Now, don't you tell me you don't remember me, because I sure as heck fire remember you.
Not a chance.
Was Groundhog Day the point at which you went from being kind of that guy character to that's the guy?
Yeah, I went from being the bald guy to the bald guy from Groundhog's Day, which was a huge jump up for me. Once I did Groundhog Day, people were offering me parts on television. And Ned has made me world famous. I know this for a fact. I was in the airport in Iceland, in Reykjavik, and I went down the wrong hallway and made all the alarms go off, and 3 of the people in Iceland that are allowed to carry guns came in, and the cops had their guns at me, and then the head cop was saying, "Oh, it's Ned." Lowered the gun. So Ned has helped me out many times.
So in terms of the order of characters that you get recognized / forced to relive again and again, Ned would be tops?
Ned would be tops.
Werner from Sneakers?
I think it depends on the groups of people. If they're young people, certainly Glee. Mm-hmm. Glee is big right now. Californication is big with the ladies with the tattoos.
Hank? Oh, so good to see you.
Hey, can we do this a little later when you lose the wood? Wash your face?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. And this is going to be a while.
For some reason, I have to have sex scenes on that show. It could be one of the reasons why you shouldn't watch the show, but it's amusing to watch me have sex. Anyway, when you do a sex scene on a TV show like that, everybody thinks it's, oh wow, you have to sign a contract that no part of you will enter any part of the other actor, or you'll be sued. And there has to be a boundary in between you and the other actor. I begin the scene naked, having oral sex with the lovely Pam Adlon, Marcy on the show, who's about my favorite comedic actress in the world. And so there has to be a barrier in between us. That barrier was a stay-free maxi pad. For 5 hours of shooting, my face was buried and a Stay Free maxi pad. These are all reasons why you should not go into acting.
You could have done something else with your life, right? What were you doing before acting?
I only wanted to be an actor. My whole life, all I wanted to do was to be an actor, but for different reasons. When I was a child, I thought, like when I was 5, I thought being an actor meant that I would be able to hang out with monsters, which turned out to be true. Different kind of monsters. But I thought that the Wolfman was real and Godzilla was real and all those creatures were real, and I loved them, and I wanted to hang out and spend quality time with them. Maybe Godzilla could teach me how to breathe fire, that kind of thing. As I got older, I thought, like about 10, I thought being an actor meant aggrandizement, that you would win awards and trophies, and in the shower I used to practice accepting Academy Awards. I remember one year in my fantasy, I was nominated for 2 different movies against Gary Cooper.
Okay.
I actually beat Gary Cooper, and the movie I beat him in was The Torah. I was in The Torah. That it was.
You remember The Torah.
It was longer than the 10 Commandments, and it had more laws. So,
but your performance was so moving.
I would practice these speeches in the shower. Then, when I was in college, I thought being an actor was noble. And I think it was, what I pinned down is, it was my first real exposure to Shakespeare. And the brilliance of that mind, that some of it rubbed off on me, that I thought being a part of this world, of his world, was something I wanted to be a part of. It was exquisite and beautiful, and I saw the whole universe in front of me. And then I come out to California and end up playing Butt-Crack Plumber, which was a whole different thing, a whole other professional acting story.
Did you ever have to have jobs on the side?
No, I never have had to have a job on the side. I've always made a living being an actor, and even though I've had jobs on the side, like I've written, like Dangerous Animals Club. I've written screenplays that have gotten sold. I've directed here in New York, and so I've gotten jobs in show business, but I never had jobs that were outside the business.
You weren't a waiter or a...
No, I was not a waiter.
Phil Connors, I thought it was you.
Ned Ryerson.
Yeah.
I have missed you so much.
I gotta get going.
Of course, when you became an actor, though, actors still had some semblance of privacy. It wasn't like in the last few years, you're on Twitter, you have a podcast, people know you, people feel like they know you the person, not just you the Ned Ryerson.
Yeah. I was doing, here in New York, I was doing The Insider, Michael Mann film, fantastic film, Russell Crowe, Al Pacino, Christopher Plummer, magnificent movie. I'd just done a scene with Al Pacino, and Al and I were doing what every actor does when they finish doing a scene. You have the post-mortem. You kind of unpack it as to what you did and what you went through. And while I'm talking to Al, well, I love it when I did this moment, and Stephen, that was so funny, and we're talking back and forth. He's putting on this big floppy hat, a phony beard that attaches around the ears, like Halloween, that a beard, broken kind of glasses, a torn scarf, a torn overcoat. And finally it caught my attention. I said, Al, what are you doing? He said, Stephen, I can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere. I'm going to leave the set here. I'm going to cross Central Park. My car is over on the other side of the city. It's going to take me to my house. I can't go anywhere without people would try to start fights with Al Pacino to get him in a lawsuit. I mean, just that level of fame is terrible. I mean, people recognize me, but usually not as an actor. They usually think I was the guy who worked at Starbucks or taught science, in their school, or sold their parents insurance. They don't recognize me that way, so I'm pretty sad.
But you don't feel like with the way media has become so much more social that
It's terrible. It's terrible. Going back to the Torah, that movie,
The
that I
Oscar
wondered-
award-winning.
Yeah, the truth
Film
is,
of the Torah.
in biblical times, crimes were related into how you can make it up to someone. So if you stole something from someone, if you made restitution, it was not as serious a crime as a crime you could not make restitution for. So obviously, the worst crime there was, murder. Murder. Worst crime there is. You can't make restitution. The second worst crime, murder of a reputation. Now, yeah, but that is what our society is now. That is entertainment. I mean, you take a look on television, even in the news, the purpose of entertainment has been to murder reputation. So that's the world we live in now. And I don't know that we're better for it. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, on that light note,
That's sad. That's sad, but that's the truth, man.
you've heard the truth.
That's the truth.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you for that truth bomb.
Thank you.
Stephen Tobolowsky, everybody.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.